Stephen Woolfe is with us now. He's a migration expert, former MEP, Director of the Centre for Migration and Economic Prosperity. We've got a bit more detail this week, Stephen, haven't we, in regard to the actual figures here. They've been revised and nobody's coming out of this particularly well, neither the Conservatives, who were in government until July, or the new government.
No, indeed, Peter. This has been actually an astonishing set of numbers that we've received, particularly the revision upwards from 728,000 net migration to over 900,000, which captures almost 1 million last year, so 2 million in 2 years. And what that does in the research that we've looked, it blows out of the water all the estimates on population that the ONS and the OBR and indeed the Treasury is working on for its tax figures. And let me just put it into this context. Two numbers are important for the government. The first is mid-2026, where they say, the ONS, that population will be, I quote, around 70 million. These numbers already put us today at being 1 million above that.
Goodness me.
That means, therefore, that means also then their estimates for 2035, where they say the population of Britain will be 73 million, is based on net migration of 325,000. As you saw, these numbers are putting us way above 700,000, double that. So the estimates now for 10 years from now is that our population will be 80 million. 10 million in 10 years, 5 million in the last 10 years. What pressures is this country going to have, not only on our schools and hospitals and infrastructure, but really the taxation base to pay for the sorts of people that are coming into this country?
We've got new policy, both from Labour and the Conservatives. Have you any hope or any trust in what they're saying should happen, or in Labour's case, they say will happen over the next 4.5 years? You've got a broad smile on your face there, Stephen. I'm glad I've given you a big smile on a Friday afternoon.
You have, and this is the big question I've been asked several times. Is there any hope that we can see these numbers coming down? First of all, it is from the Conservative Party. It was very clear, and as we've seen in the BBC documentary that talked about immigration since 2000, that Boris Johnson wanted to see large numbers of people coming into this country. And that hasn't stopped, and that particularly, we have seen a small change in family members coming over from universities and studying, but we haven't seen the big impact on employment. When you look at the Labour Party are big on the talk that they will stop people coming in this country for work, but we have yet to see any positive plans that will deal with that. And the issue about this is every year that we go on, as I pointed out before, the numbers are just so huge, our population will grow. And it just kicks in, it's further down the line. There were 591,000 births last year from people who were not born in this country. 600,000 coming in. Now, if we carry on with that level, that's where you're going to have real pressures on the health service and hospitals in particular. So the Labour Party and Conservative Party have not set out any policies whatsoever. The closest you might look at is maybe Reform, who are saying one in, one out. There is some positivity to that, but even their policy will not lead to massive reductions in net migration.
Stephen, thank you. That's Stephen Woolfe there, who's a migration expert, former MEP, Director of the Centre for Migration and Economic Prosperity.